Once again, this is the Joyful Lunch right here, still at Daniel's 3 PMC. In case you just locked on right here, so I didn't talk about having a surprise guest. We've been talking about this conversation for a while. I've been trying to get hold of your number for a while now. It's a blessing to have you on Joy FM right here. How have you been, Israel?
I'm okay, my guy.
How's everything going?
Everything's good.
Okay.
Good right now. Yeah.
Excited to have you on the
Excited to
Joyful
be
Lunch.
Excited to be here.
You brought us some new music. I should make mention inani pasako goosebumps chako tuimbira wakamba chabeta wapitamo peni pali life yanopitamo. But let's talk about you, what you've been up to, maybe some few things so that people get to be updated on the Israel world.
Okay. Well, mainly it's been obviously working on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah, we take our time nowadays. Right up. It's not cool, man. So, so I record slowly but surely. So this is the first single this year. So in this year, we're hoping to release the album. And obviously there'll be other songs that have already come out. Songs like Batali, Simanso, and all those others are already out. They've been out for like I think 4 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last time we released was about 3 years ago.
That's what I was seeing when I just saying we're going to be having a conversation with Israel. People are asking, saying, Mama Peter time for you to drop your music. Yeah. What could be the reason why?
Okay. You see, me, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I don't like to rush my craft. Sometimes there's always pressure to put something out just because there's a trend going or there's a certain type of music happening, so you have to be forced to do it. I don't like to follow the crowd, so to speak.
Yeah.
I like to release when I feel I'm ready. And I feel this time was a good time.
Yeah. Let's talk about your last year. Maybe you can give us a review on maybe some of the things that people like, what you were up to from your music side, some of the things that you were up to that you were doing.
Last year?
Yes.
Last year, mainly just collaborations and also just recording the album, because the album is with me and my wife, obviously. And we worked on a good number of songs so far. So this year I know will definitely be finished and people will have the album. Last year in Maningi Makolabo, Chabe, and obviously other projects, other personal projects, aside from music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to find out how you've managed to stay consistent with your music. It's something that I've always wanted to find out. Your writing skills, it's a gift on its own. It's something that I also want to find out, like from a legend like you. We regard you as a legend, Ali.
Thank you so
What's
much.
been in the industry for how many years now?
From 2001. Do the mathematics. In fact, officially 2001, but I think I started in 99. Like the music journey started 98, 99. Yeah, but officially 2001, 2002 was when I really started recording.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which year was Convera Nimbela?
Convera Nimbela was the first album, So Lucky. That's 2002, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
Okay. And when did you decide to get to switch from Exile to Israel?
It's my faith, man. I became born again. I'm still born again. Although some people may disagree, but I am still born again. And that's why I believe my gift comes from. Even when I make music, I pray about it. God is the one who gives me the song. So, it's a journey that I started after I gave my life to Christ, and I decided to change the name. The name was negative, I felt. And a lot of people advised me, okay, maybe change the name. And I thought God was speaking to me, change it from Exile to Israel. Israel. They sound similar. They had a similar vibe to it, but they meant two different things. And I kind of thought, I need to call myself this.
Was it not hard for you to get to push the brand? Because we've seen artists change their name, then they have to start pushing the brand of saying Bantu Benzoziwa Exile. Some people will still say,
some people still call
radio saying Nipemba Nyimbo ya Exile.
Some people will still call you that. That's normal. Some people will still call me that. They'll still call me, Exile or what. But that's normal. And you see, the brand is still the same brand. It's still the same artist. It's not like when you change your name, you stop being an artist, you stop being the artist. Exile was an artist, but he was also a human being, So if he goes through a spiritual journey and decides that, okay, my spiritual journey now is going this other side, so I'm just changing my name, but I am still an artist. I'm still an artist now, so it's just a name change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still having a conversation? You wanted to say something?
Yeah, a name change and a lifestyle change.
Okay, nice. Still having a conversation with today's guest right here. Let's get through it back from this song. some throwback right there before we get to the actual current song that you just dropped right here on Joy FM, one of the Joyful Lunch.
Shimani baba, nikambela makono alina ngotanda ula chikodi ucha mwana alindugu lelo kapena ividogo yemutunchulu mayo mwila musha mwila fulwa tata mwila sanda skopopo ya vanomba mashamo yangu ngapye kwa tini kapondo nikala kwa sitala kaya chamene chimanikola kaya ni chani chimanivuta kapena nikuvunta ziniziva kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera mama osaona semu nihiye ulemu kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera tate osaona semu nihiye ulemu ulibe anabadwa sabe ulibe anabadwa ule ulibe anabadwa chakolwa namoba kukamwati mwamona chija chimwana bena bamabadwa mu mabuto simu mawona kulinjala munaziko kodi kubadwa nikulakwa nako bilani amai nikati nikoneko baliza vilimba nikati niberenge baleta vinyoba nditandizeni osanika lipila na chimwa bapaka kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera mama osaona semu nihiye ulemu kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera tate osaona semu nihiye ulemu sikonze nyamata limbinka chinja shishive chona virepi naliko mauka nalisabuka sikonze nyamata limbinka chinja shishive chona virepi naliko mauka nalisabuka sikonze nyamata limbinka chinja shishive chona virepi naliko mauka nalisabuka limbinka chinja shishive chona virepi naliko mauka nalisabuka kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera mama osaona semu nihiye ulemu kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera tate osaona semu nihiye ulemu kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera mama osaona semu nihiye ulemu kumera nivera nichalo chakayena kumera nivera nizigo lakayena kumera nivera tate osaona semu nihiye ulemu
So I'm still having a conversation with Israel right here. We had to throw it back in case Kuriwa Jama Gen Z. My Gen Z. In case you're locked on right now, we're having a conversation. You were telling me a very beautiful story in the background on how you used to write your music.
Yeah.
Because yeah. My phone.
Yeah, there was no phone. Because then I was on record. The might don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, so, to keep the ideas, you have to keep them in memory.
Okay.
I was using a so big book.
Yeah.
I'm sure my call is
but I've always wanted to find out from you when Kumvela Nimvela was out,
right.
Like the inspiration. Is it coming from you as a youth?
Yes. Well, I think I wrote it when I was 18, 19. I was 18, 19. So I think I came back that day. And then I'm a guy standing out somewhere. So my father was really angry with me. I used to do that like almost every weekend, and I used to feel bad when you get annoyed because my late dad, he was a good man. Whenever I do something wrong, it used to really bother me. So I had this idea, like, okay, my father, I wish he knew that. It's just
Yeah.
Because I used to get wild those days. So my 90s, so vija, those of my age, they remember, I think, when the night club, ukaenda night club, simzabwerera your day. Why? Because of transport. So if you live maybe, because I used to live in Northwood, so if you go clubbing, maybe Kafio Road, Cosmopolitan, there's a mall now, yes, but there was a nightclub called Cosmopolitan Nightclub. So you go there, you can't leave or go back home until it's daytime, especially if you don't have a car. So ukaenda, you can enter my bus.
Okay. Okay.
So,
yeah.
So that's where the inspiration of the song came from. I was just trying to. I actually wrote it for my parents. I never thought it would be a song that would last so many years, and so many other young people relate to it. So with the time I was writing it, I was just writing for my parents. But as the years went by, I realized that it's a song that everyone can relate to. Being young and rebellious, and remorseful. Because there are those who are young and rebellious, and they are not remorseful. Yeah, but if you are young and rebellious and you feel bad about it, it's a song that you can relate to.
I also want to get to find out in your time as a new artist, in your time, going back into time, what were some of the struggles that you feel like this is what we used to go through in our time, pushing our music, getting the music, getting their airplays, some of the things that you feel like the new generation needs to know about?
Back then, first of all, Zambian music was not where it is today. Back then you could count on one hand the number of artists that were playing on radio, Zambian artists that were playing on radio. If it was not Kalindula, that is. Because before me, there was only guys like, that era, there was only guys like JK, Danny, and the late Daddy Zemus. These are the three guys you'd hear on radio. And then after that, obviously, we had Black Moon too. We had all kinds of people, Chattel and all those guys, they started playing. It's something, big shout to Mondo music, by the way. It's something that Mondo music really embedded in the society. After Zambian music had died, it was just mainly rumba. You go to the nightclub, ni rumba, chabe na baku America. Ndevenzolira. Wenzeli be local music. You were club. Mweti mberera manji, hapa bantu wabi na banji. And the other thing was that getting recording time, or getting to record at a studio, finding a studio was difficult. Because I think in Osaka we only had like 2 or 3 big studios, like really good ones. 2 or 3 back then. Could count 2 or 3 big studios. So I don't know back to record demo. Kasiza kurekorda, nikama manji kusangira ka CD ko pofaka. Nogura CD, it was a blank CD. Because if you're a young man, you don't make money. All those were things that you had trouble investing in. They were cheap, yes, but you needed to keep. When you're recording a song, sometimes you want to put it on things so you can go and practice, and then come back again, maybe record the final. So you find that you have to buy a bunch of CDs. So simple things like that. It was very difficult. It was very, very difficult. A lot of things young people take advantage of now. And I've seen that a lot of young people, they tend to complain, blowa baswatitandizaako omwana yisetenzo nyamuka kye waenda kye studio amba kulindira chat kapena wazamita nako ndirekodeko ndivyo chitika. So you find you go to the studio with just a span of guys, a whole group of guys, you're just sitting there. Kite numbers marappers, there's a marappa poyamba. So dabwataba kuita nako bura uchayepo ambira musha paka hapo kabisa. But eventually after getting into the rap thing, because rap wasn't what it is now. People are not really paying attention to rap music. I started singing because singing seemed to be paying off. But people seemed to pay more attention to singing at the time. So after that picked up, we saw the mushrooming of a lot of artists singing. After JK, there was guys like Chameleon. Chameleon came up. I think Chameleon was slightly ahead of me. Because he came up with a song called, I was still doubting, like, can this thing work? So, when Chameleon blew up, I kind of was inspired as well. Like, hey, this actually can work, because trust me, man, Zambian music wasn't a big deal then. You go into Zambian music those days, just know that people even look at you, will be planned, But things started to pick up. Like I said, companies like Mondo Music, they really made Zambian music respectable over the years. It's a shame that they're not here, they're not doing it anymore. But, when they started out, they really made Zambian music respectable and well packaged. And, promotion-wise, marketing, it was all done with order.
I'm sure you've seen how the current artists are complaining about a record label. What distinguishes Mondo Music from the current one?
Well, you see, what distinguishes Mondo Music from the current one is that Mondo gave you what you signed for. There's a lot of labels now. Let me not mention any names.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, no, come, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do this, we'll do that. I think the industry has become very dynamic, and there's a lot of things that have to be put in place before you sign an artist. You know, there's the online aspect, there's the how can I say it? Well, there's the performance aspect. You know, there's the online aspect, the performance aspect, there's the image aspect, there's the... Obviously, all these things were there even before, even when we were starting out. But this was only with Mondo Music. But you see, if a label is going to sign people, they sign 10 people. I don't think that's good planning. You sign 10, 20 people at the same time. I think that's very bad planning. Because with Mondo Music, they'll sign you, yes. But they will not mention until you finish your work, you've completed everything. And when your album is ready, that's when now they'll introduce you to the world with your first single. And people will see you for the first time, people will hear you for the first time. And it will be mass marketing, you know, of you as the new artist. But nowadays you see, because of online stuff, you see, oh no, we've signed this one, we've signed that one, we've signed this one, we've signed that one, without really having a plan on how the artist is going to be, you know, dispensed to the people. Because there's the issue of shows. How are you doing your shows? How are you gonna, which provinces are you gonna go to? Where are you gonna start? Where are you gonna finish? So there's all these things. There's a lot of planning that goes into it, and it's that's why I don't like to rush.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like to rush because I know what goes into it. I admire my brother Danny because Danny has been, you know, Danny loves his work. You know, he does constantly. You know, he has the Danny First team. He's gone. I don't think there's anywhere where Danny hasn't gone in Zambia. You know, so it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's very stressful. You know. So I advise a lot of record labels, you know, like, take your time, get an artist, sign maybe two, three really good ones. Start working on them. One by one, not at Pamos, you know, no. You know, work on one, work on that one, polish them, strengthen them, make their music strong, and then release them. Market them. When they make that money, you've succeeded with that one, you go to the next one. That one will be making its own money without you. Will be making their own money without even working on it. Once you put them out there properly. But nowadays, artist full. And then there's a difference between a label, a record label, and a studio. Just call your studio a studio. Don't call it a label. You know, a label does a lot of things. A label does publishing, does marketing, does recording, does promotion, does all kinds of things. Dresses the artist, pays for the artist's accommodation or housing, pays for the artist's transport. That's what a label does. But nowadays you find that, you know, we are a label. But artists are saying a small song. Tumpasa motoka, tumpasa nyumba. Publishing now, because now it's easy now to promote. There's Facebook now, there's what. But you see, publishing is still a big deal in the world today. You just can't say, no, our Facebook page, we have so-and-so followers, then it's fine. No, you have to go to all the big shows. And if you go and even look at Nigerians, the way Nigerians are moving in the world, their marketing is not just centered around Nigeria. You know, because of the machinery that's behind certain artists like Burna Boy and all those guys. You see that if they have a big song by Burna Boy, they'll take him and go and put him on all the big shows in America. There are those late night shows, what. You've seen some of those shows.
Yeah.
You find he's featured on this show, he's featured on this guy. All that is publishing. You understand? All that is marketing also. Sorry, not publishing, marketing. All that is marketing. And then publishing, you have to see how is your music reaching the people? Who are you targeting? There are all those aspects of the music. You know? But you have to sit down in a boardroom to discuss some of these things and break them down. You know, there's too much popcorn work. You know, there's too much popcorn work. People are excited with the limelight before they actually do the work. You know, if a patent was 7 days, a patent was in industry, a record danimbo, but boss first, but Zambia, but they approve. You know, you can was convinced that nimbo ni kali, but boss bakana.
That is a joke.
I'll tell you a secret. House Money Car, the version that you know, was actually the second version.
So there was the first version?
There was the first version. But the boss said, no, this is not good enough. Make it more danceable. And he was right.
But were you upset when he said no?
Yeah. Yeah, because we were feeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he said, no, it's too soft. Make it raga. Because the first version was a bit more R&B, but danceable, but it was a little more R&B. But they said, no, make it raga. Raga is more familiar. Zambians are not yet familiar with too much R&B. They're still, they're not going to respond very well to R&B, as well as they would have to respond to raga, because raga then was pumping, So it's like, no, make it a raga beat. That's how it was changed. We kept the same melody, the same lyrics, the same intonations, but we just changed it to raga. So all these things, when I excuse me, sorry.
Yeah.
When I try to sit down and talk to certain people or certain guys in the business, they won't listen because everybody feels they know what they're doing. And I don't give you advice for nothing. You don't need to pay for it, for advice from me. When I say, look, try this, because I've seen it done. I've been there. I've signed for labels. I've worked as right now I work alone. I work I am the company. You understand?
Yeah.
I am the company. But I'm not going to go out there and go and sign somebody because I know what it takes to sign and promote somebody and publish somebody if I'm not ready. But I know the time is coming when I'll be signing guys. I'll sign a guy. I'll sign a young lady and make sure that they're taken care of. Make sure that they're promoted properly. Make sure that they know that awe inapanikayimba is achitita. Nizakara kuna ichi. Not just that womupasa chapa. Afunika asebenza na yeye. Afunika kaenda kushow panga maafu. Not hype shabe hapa online. That online hype doesn't mean anything if you go for a show and there's nobody. You get me?
Yeah.
Because hype up online, it's free. A like, a comment is free.
Yeah.
You understand? But if people can come to your show and pay to watch you, you're a star.
Yeah.
Because hype up online, it's free. A like, a comment is free.
Yeah.
You understand? But if people can come to your show and pay to watch you, that's when you know you're a star.
Yeah. Let's talk about your brand new song. You inspire a lot of people out there. In case I know you know about this, but you inspire a lot of people out there. Not just you as an artist, but also as a husband, as a family man.
Yeah.
Maybe a quick conversation I'd like to find out. I'm sure you've seen divorce cases rising. There's been some reports also going on right there. What makes a good marriage?
What makes a good marriage? Communication. Communication. There's no communication, there's no peace. If you have no communication, because usually, people start to misunderstand each other when they don't sit down and talk. When they don't sit down and try and see, look, where am I going wrong? Or where are you going wrong? No, so and so and so. And can't be get out. This is what cheat. But as that continues, people start to drift. You start to drift apart emotionally and whatnot. You start to drift. And you find that in the end, I think it's okay. If you're not divorced now, bunch. And that's killing. You see, when the marriage, the union, the concept of marriage is so in danger as nowadays, where people are breaking up almost every week. People are getting divorced almost every week. Satana asabwelera ati kusiriza chikwati chano. Satana plan yake ni kupwanya family. So if you are married and you have 2 children, if you divorce, it's not just about you and your wife separating. It's about those 2 kids also. Mess them up. You understand? If they are messed up, when they grow up, they'll probably go through the same thing. Why? Because they never saw marriage work for their parents. So even when they get married as well, same thing. The devil keeps winning, putting people in these positions where families are breaking. Because it much affect one. Sting some of us who grew up in families where Makolo and Pamozi the whole time, But for those who grew up where parents split, they will tell you that it messes them up. It messed them up. Me, my parents had separated for a time. It messed me up. I went wild. But I thank God that later they came back together. So it's something that we need to think about, especially when you're getting into marriage. Look, it's nice, it's fun, you're in love, but you need to have priorities and you need to put God first, because God is the one who came up with the idea of marriage. So if he's involved, not that all the time, live once, you can't fail. Problems you have, but you can't fail. That's my advice to married people. If you put God first.
Yeah. Let's talk about your brand new song. This song, C'est moi mene. The input, visual. Boss, mwalipisha sana nyimbo zona visual and quality. You're still maintaining that quality as well. Maybe I also want to get to find out from you, from the song, the onset, like what's the message? Are we getting the right message that we're getting, or maybe there's a way that you feel like this is a message I'm trying to put out there?
This is exactly the message I'm trying to put out there. Because you see, I wanted to add more lyrics, like kind of, no, maybe we make up and then we what? Yes, it's more men, but hey, baby, sorry, what. But I thought, no, just leave it like this. You know? Because you see, like I told you, I'm a man of faith. So I had like a blockage, because when I'm stood doing like, what kind of song can I make? What kind of song? So it's something I had to pray about. I asked God to give me a song that will touch people in a special way. Usually when I have an idea, it disappears. In an hour or two, or maybe tomorrow, you end idea. This song played in my head for 3 months. 3 months, I couldn't forget it. This is when I knew that this is the one I have to record. This is the one I have to lay down. So even when putting it down, after finishing, I'm like, yeah, it's done now. And when afterwards, obviously, amazing producer, Eazy understood what I was trying to do before I even went any further. You understand? So it's a song that, in the music business, for those of you that don't know, as singers, we say, bunch. There's a saying in the music business, the international music business, good songs, they make themselves. A good song make itself. Because when you start working on it, you can feel it. For me, as an artist, that's how I feel, and I've met other artists that feel that way. Like when you start working on a good song, you can feel it will write itself. Words just start coming. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that was kind of how this one was.
Yeah.
It didn't take a long time to write, because like it was already, God had already finished it for me.
It's an amazing song.
Yeah,
it's been getting amazing feedback. Only a few days when it was out, people have been requesting for the song. Kulikuwa na my TikTok up. I don't know if you're aware.
I didn't make my TikTok.
Kuli my TikTok huko.
Yes, si matamba my TikTok. Atimambira kuli my TikTok.
Kuli my TikTok, bamba kudala makapo, wachatu ma video.
Please let them make by all means.
They're getting so much feedback from their TikTok, getting numbers. They're making the song more popular as well.
Niza checking. Yamenenza pesa ikali, ndakupeleka ni kudina kusaroba.
Okay, are you being for real? Okay.
I'll take you for dinner.
Okay.
I'll pay for your dinner. Saroba.
Nice.
Should I mention the place? No, let me not mention the place. I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you didn't say anything. But something.
Yeah.
But anyways, is there anything that you'd like to advise the new artists that are listening right now that you feel like they need to take this direction? We know that they are also trying, and their agenda is also going international. But we can't take away that you also want to go international. You've always wanted that. Let's get it from you.
The young artists, look, I have nothing against what they're doing, and I'm very happy with the way the industry is going right now. I'm very happy that it's huge now, and so many young people can make money from it, and they can, take care of themselves, look after themselves. But my concern is always that, as an artist, you have a responsibility. The message you put out. Because if you're gonna put out negative messages, one day it's gonna come back to you. One day you're gonna be my age and you'll be like, why did I sing that?
Yeah.
You understand? One day so when you're putting out messages, try as much as possible, put out positive messages. You can have fun. You're allowed to have fun. You are young, I cannot put boundaries. I'm not telling you Kabio Pange music in Panga. You make the music that you want to make. But remember that you have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to the people that are listening to you. You have a responsibility to those that are coming after you, the kids you're going to have. So if you're going to make a nasty song right now, you're going to have to explain that to your kids one day. You understand? So it's something that you need to take responsibility over. It's not a small thing to be a public figure or to be known. There's a reason why God allows that. So use that to be a positive influence, not a negative influence.
If you could change, this is going to be my last question. If you could change one thing that you felt like you didn't do right back then, that you feel like you wish you knew now, what would be that thing?
Actually, it's just the fact that I wish I knew then what I know now, because I know so much now. I can't pick on one particular thing, but what I know for sure is that I wish I knew a lot of things that I know now. Say, 20 years, you know. But then again, you know, it's all a learning experience. We make mistakes, so we learn from them, you know. There are things that I've ended up in, that I've done, that have happened to me, that I thought, why did that happen? But you know, later on in my life now, I realized that it was for a purpose. It was to break or remove certain characters and habits, you know what I mean? Certain behaviors had to be moved, had to be removed and broken down, and bring humility in my spirit. So for me, I just wish I was a bit more patient before, a bit more patient with those I love, and a bit more loving, and a bit more concerned for them, because there was a time when I was very careless with the way I was doing things. But now I know, now that I've realized, you know, over the years, after, you know, giving my life to Christ, I've realized that I wasted a lot of time doing things that were useless, you know. But now I've come to a place where I think I understand now, you know, how to not to be in a rush, to be patient with people, to be patient with myself, and to be patient in the work that I do. Because sometimes why? Because you want to, you know. Because one was a secret, it was under emotion. So how many times are you going to keep trying to say Uzalem? So what's important is when you mkati ngawasansa mkamkati. Wakwato mtende, mbuka sangata. Na iwe nero to start what you are feeling, the peace you want to give, the message you want to give to people, or however you want to touch people, or however you want to help people, you find that through your work you'll be able to help without too much effort. And with a bit of money through a video.
Approximately. You invested a lot.
Yeah, we put in quite a lot.
That's a clean visual.
Yeah.
It looks easy.
Yeah.
But how long did you you guys take on working on that visual?
We started planning it in November last year. We only got to shoot it. What's today? Wednesday.
Thursday. Today's Thursday. 22nd.
Thursday. We only got to shoot it 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, and we shot it through the night. We started around 19, 20 hours and finished around 4 or 5 a.m. So these are things we go through.
Oh my goodness! I wish we could go on and on timers on our side. But we are happy with the sounds. We are happy with the quality.
Thank you so much.
Maybe new remix to the Zambia as well, also right now. This year, what are we up to?
This year the album is coming. I know people have been complaining, but this year the album is definitely coming. So look forward to that. It's going to be like this song. It's going to be a very, very diverse album that's going to, you know, make you think about a lot of things, but also make you dance. Don't worry, not all the songs are this.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just an album that has a lot of variety, and it's just an album that speaks to people's hearts. You know? We're not here to make your life difficult. We are here to help you as artists, as Israel now.
Yeah. You're making us realize about so many things.
Yeah. You know, these are small things that we ignore, like, we're not heavy. But, you know, those are also small things that really help. They'll help your relationship. They'll help you and your wife, you and your family. Because if you and your wife are not at peace, you find that there's no peace in the house. The kids also suffer. You know?
Yeah.
So it's about thinking about yourself. We are thinking about you. We are thinking about each other. We are thinking about the nation. We are thinking about everybody.
Yeah. Thank you very much for coming through right here on the Gym for Lunch.
Cheers.
I'm sure someone has gotten something right there.
I hope so.
It's a blessing having you. Trust me. It's a blessing having you right here. It means a lot. We don't take it for granted.
No, I appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's go play this song. Still our this week power play record all the way from Israel.
Yeah.
And Nalu. Simon Men is the title, produced by Eazy, the producer.
Enjoy. Mikey.
Yeah, I mean, it's us, child.